Wow. Here we are. This is the truth behind the beef between Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Rondo, and the Boston Celtics. Wow. How did we get here? How did something so great become so sour? You got to go back to before the big three got there. Paul Pierce was very unhappy, and people don't realize that he was almost traded in 2005 for a draft pick that was going to go where the Celtics was going to draft Chris Paul. And he was going to go to Portland. And he was like, I'm not going to Portland. And Boston was going to use that draft pick to take Chris Paul. And that didn't go through. And from that point on, Pierce didn't see himself. Like, him and Danny Ainge didn't kind of have a good relationship. He didn't trust Danny Ainge's vision or anything they were telling him. And he was in fear of, like, man, they going to trade me to a losing franchise because I didn't do what they wanted me to do in 2005 when they were trying to, he felt they was just trying to dump him off and get rid of him. And then the team just started losing games, and they lost like 18 in a row at home, and they looked pathetic. So it was like, how bad is it going to get from here? So they wanted to win. They wanted to compete. Kevin McHale, former Celtic, started working with Danny Ainge, who was in charge over there at Boston, and this basically saved Danny's job because this was basically Danny's last shot at really making something happen. And once they got the opportunity to try to get Kevin Garnett over, because they got new ownership and new decision making being done over in Minnesota, they're not too keen about keeping Garnett around. They're looking for smaller salary cap people, and Kevin Garnett's like, I don't want to leave Minnesota and sign an extension at Boston. I'll just stay here in Minnesota. He didn't want to go to Boston and sign an extension there. So he's waiting around for the teams. Then here comes the Lakers and everybody else. He didn't go to the Lakers because Kobe has trade demands, and and Kobe got too much power over there, and he's like, I don't want to be in that situation where Kobe Bryant has all this say and power. So that was nicked. And then it became obvious after the draft that Kevin Garnett see Minnesota's not trying to win a championship. They're trying to rebuild with younger players, and he's starting to see like, man, all right, I'm not welcome here. Even though they're saying if you want to stay, it's cool. At this time, Seattle was trying to get rid of Ray Allen's contract. They're like, look, give us anything you got. I just want some younger guys. They wanted Rondo for Ray Allen. They was, give us Rondo, and they fought. Boston's like, no, we like our, guard that's coming in here. He had a great rookie season. He plays defense. He's willing to do anything to get better. We like him. He's up and coming. Like, no, we want to keep Rondo. So they got rid of Delonte West and some draft picks and made it happen. And they took a second round draft pick from Seattle, which they end up using to get Big Baby Davis. So this is how this thing was built. So they fought for Rondo, and they came back to the table, and they got Ray Allen first. So they got Ray Allen. Next thing you know, after the draft, Kevin Garnett was willing to sign the extension. They worked out all his deals, and they was like, look, dude, you're going to get like $156 million when this is done. They worked out his entire contract. Boston is very good with doing things really quick. They wanted to win and win right then and there. And it was done. Kevin Garnett was a Boston Celtic. But they had to check on Ray Allen because Ray Allen had to get bone spurs removed from his foot. So once they got the bone spurs out of his feet, and they wanted to see how he was recovering from that, and he was good to go, and everything was set in place. There it was, the big three. Of course, they win an NBA championship together, but as they played, even in the first season, there were some games where things didn't go too well. They started to see Ray Allen is not the guy people think he is. Ray is quiet, very much to himself, talks to his family. He's not like the rest of the team. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce jailed right away because Kevin came in there realizing, hey, it's your team, Paul. You the captain. Let's lead the ship. We follow your lead. Let's go. I'm like the general. I'm gonna make sure everybody follow the orders. So they had no problems. It was like, wow, well, we're going to get along just fine. Because nobody here seems to have any objections, any questions about anything that's going on. Nobody's here objecting to nothing. Okay, well, the ball's in play. So after all of this is done, you starting to see they had one bad game where Ray Allen was completely broke the entire game. He was ticked off. He felt he wasn't get the ball enough, and that guys were taking ill-advised shot or just giving him the ball late on the clock after he just been running around and he catch the ball and shoot. And in the locker room, he was an a-hole to people the next day in practice. So this was like one of the first time him, Paul, and Kevin Garnett had a little private meeting. Doc called him in the locker room and said, look, I don't know what's going on. He was like, he's not even talking to nobody in practice. He's not talking on the court. Look, man, whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever, that game's over. We lost. Let's move on. That's it. We roll to the next game. What's wrong with you? And then he tells the coach, if y'all not gonna pass me the ball the right way, then I don't know what we here trying to do. I'm trying to win, and I need to get so many touches on the ball. If I'm open, just give me the ball. So just give me the ball. I should have at least this many touches. And if he don't act like that, instead of speaking up, Ray Allen is not the real vocal person. He'd rather just isolate himself in the box and not talk and hold a grudge. And just, be uppity with people. Put his headphones on, some people trying to talk to him and trying to block him out. So it creates a negative division within the locker room. So Paul Pierce tried to talk to him one time, and then he turned to the coach. What you say, coach? What you say, coach? Just trying to undermine Paul Pierce's leadership on the court. So him and Paul wasn't tight. They weren't close at all either. And this was during the season. Once they won the championship, everybody kind of accepted it and just said, okay, that's just Ray's attitude. You got to deal with it. It's okay. We winning games. Next season, people get hurt. Everybody's hurt going into the series. Paul is getting hurt. And they lose to Orlando. That's when things were starting to go in another direction. Coming back the next year. now you having the emergence of Rondo. Rondo's getting a lot more minutes this season. And Ray Allen is not liking it one bit. He don't like playing with Rondo. Rondo's not getting him the ball where he likes it. He's coming off the picks. Things are not going well. So they're listening to Ray at this time. Even though Kevin Garnett is sticking up for Rondo more. Saying, hey, this guy's doing the job. Because Kevin Garnett is a team person. He's about brotherhood. He's about, look, we in this together. And if you're going to be isolated, then I won't even talk to you. But if you rolling with me and fight with you, I'm going to fight with you to the end. And Rondo was his guy to the end. Because Rondo was going to fight for him. Now, Boston kept everything kind of tight-knit. So it took years for the stuff to start oozing out of the locker rooms. And into the press. But Kevin Garnett got to a point where he wouldn't even speak to Ray Allen for a while. And Ray wouldn't even speak to him. Unless they were on the court running plays and running practice, they weren't even speaking for a while. Then Paul Pierce said, look, we need to work through this because we don't want to have a situation go together and it don't work out. You know, we got to, beat these guys, beat the LeBron James. And, he was the Michael Jordan of the league, and Boston wanted to make sure they did anything they wanted to beat LeBron James. LeBron James was it for the East. It wasn't personal. It was, he's the guy they want to win all these championships. So if we knock him out, then all they got is us. They got to take the big three. So we got to beat LeBron. We're battling with LeBron. So to challenge that was going to be the quest. And each year, LeBron couldn't get past Boston in the big three. And they went to the NBA Finals. They're doing their usual. They lose this time to the Los Angeles Lakers in 7 games. Ray Allen claimed he wasn't 100%. Ray is the oldest out of all of them. And he's like 35, 36. It's 2011. Rondo has emerged. And in those finals, he was carrying them a lot and getting a lot of minutes, and they needed it. So in 2011, with the emergence of Bradley on the team, and you got Tony Allen on the team, and now you got Rondo, the younger guys are starting to come up, and Ray Allen is very ticked off because Ray wants the ball. And when Ray wants the ball, he's going to pout, he's going to have an attitude, and he's going to go to the coach and wonder why he's not getting the ball. And sometimes Ray should get the ball. I understand what he wants because he's working on the court. If he's running through picks and he's doing this and that and he comes out of it and he don't get the ball and Rondo's still dribbling, he's not going to be too happy about it. So in the timeout, he said something to the coach about it to Rondo. And Rondo like, look, I'm right here in front of you. And at this point, Rondo had emerged to the point where he felt, I can talk back to you. You can't talk to me no more. I'm a starter. I'm the man now. I'm coming into my own. You can't. I'm your equal. And Ray didn't feel that way at all. So Ray turned and started talking and addressing words back to Rondo. So when they was on the court, normally when you're on the court, it stops. It's over. Rondo was so hot, he kept it going. And they're talking to each other like they were the opponents. You know how the opponent come run by you and they run in their mouth and they talking? He's talking to Ray Allen, his own teammate. Then the opponents are looking like, what? we still playing the game here? Or these two finna start playing against each other? So Ray Allen walks past him and says something smart, and Rondo starts telling him where he should go and that he's not going where he needs to be. And he needs to worry about defense instead of worrying about shooting. So Ray told him, you shoot the threes. Next time we come out, you shoot the threes and I'll bring the ball up. And I'll give it to you and you come off the picks. And then that's when Doc shut all of it down and said, hey, look, so everybody do their job and let's go. Because that was Doc's job. Doc could have probably prevented most of it, but it wasn't. It was like organized chaos or disorganized chaos. You got production out of it by being dysfunctional, rather. The tempers were hot. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Rondo called themselves the Big Three. They took a photo together, and it didn't include Ray Allen. That's it. That sent a blow to Ray Allen, and it sent a blow to the rest of the team. They were trying to trade Ray Allen, and he was upset that he was almost traded at the end of the 2011. He was ticked off. Now, Ray is like, y'all don't want me here? Now when I go, I'm going to be a free agent, I'm gone. Because first, he was never going to go play for the enemy. And I said he know Boston's rules and things like that. He had no intentions of going. Ray Allen didn't. But he felt, y'all forced me out. Y'all tried to trade me. And they tried to sneak and trade him for O.J. Mayo. And the deal didn't go through. But the fact that it got back to Ray Allen that they tried to trade him behind his back showed him that the organization didn't believe in him anymore. And they wanted him out. And he played the season. He didn't talk to nobody. He didn't want to talk to the coach. He felt they betrayed him. And he's like, well, there's your Big Three over there. Talking about Rondo, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. Ray Allen was the odd man out. So when the season was over, Boston offered Ray Allen more money to stay, even though he was injured. The majority of the year, his points had dropped to like 10 points average. He wasn't the same Ray Allen. They offered him more money than the Miami Heat. He took less just so he could be there and play with LeBron to beat Boston. He wanted that. He wanted to beat Boston. That was his goal. So that's why Kevin Garnett really don't like Ray Allen. He looks at him as a traitor and an ungrateful human being. It's like, how dare you go and play with those guys that we trying to beat? And you went over there to spite us when you could have joined us and been with us all the way through. Even in a reduced role, you were still a Celtic. How you go there and help them win a championship over there to beat Boston, the team that took you in when nobody else wanted you in the league and put you on a team and an opportunity to win an NBA championship. For the first time in your life, you have to live in the shadow of Kobe Bryant your entire career. Then finally, you get the opportunity with Boston. It just puts you on a map, and you got a chance to win your first NBA championship, besting the guy whose shadow you was in. Boston gave you that platform and put you on the map to say, you're just not going to be another player that was good. You're going to be an NBA champion. You're a part of something big. And now, for the first time ever, you get the relish. And then you go and stab them in the back. Join Miami for less money just to come in there and compete against Boston. For pettiness. So when they had this reunion trip they're going to do for the 10-year anniversary of them winning the championship, and they're going to go to an undisclosed location and you know, just hang out, just the players, you know, and you know, just that 2018. The person who wasn't invited to this whole endeavor was Ray Allen. That's how much he's despised by the other players, not just Rondo. Rondo said if the other teammates would have said, hey, extend the invitation to Ray Allen, it would have been done. But when Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and the rest of the players say, I don't think he should be here, guess what? He shouldn't be there. As much as I think he deserved to be there, yeah, he's done his part, but it's about team camaraderie. He wasn't part of it when he was there. He was just doing his job on the court. He don't want to be part of that because he was difficult when he left. Right before he left, he was being difficult. Why go out in the time when you finna bond and reunite and talk about good things as a team? Would you take the guy who was most detached? You know, they're going there to enjoy themselves and be around people they like. And they don't like Ray Allen. They don't like what he did. So, people be like, hey, why he not invited? He helped win. Because he wasn't a teammate. He was a person that just participated on the team. But camaraderie means something. This is what they are choosing to do. This is not something that was recommended. This is a function by people, by their teammates who felt like this is a brotherhood. And as a brotherhood, we should all stick together and be together as one, as brothers. And they only want their brothers to be there with them. And they don't feel like Ray Allen is no longer that. You know, so why should they invite him to come along? He's not going to come there and bond with them anyway. He didn't bond with them when he was on the team. So, you know, a lot of people didn't understand that. They automatically took the other, you know, viewpoint when it came to that situation. But that's the truth behind the beef with those guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell button thing so you can get notified. That's the notification button. Alright, I'm out. Don't want to make this longer than what it already is.